Are you about to end the kitchen school? If so, prepare yourself for the horrible reality. Few days and you will be done with school. You met a lot of people, it's been fun for sure. But working in a real kitchen is much different from the school. You will probably start as an apprentice or with a stage, and after you will become a commis, which is the first rank inside the kitchen. So what do you have to expect from these first days? They will be much different from what you thought. Let's have a look at the different tasks that you might have to do. First, cleaning fridges. You didn't expect that, but yeah, that's the horrible reality. So both fridges and freezers need to be cleaned. It can be daily, it can be weekly, it can be every 2 weeks. Each kind of cleaning will be deeper or not. Of course, every day at the end of the service or at the end of the day, you will clean up the fridges. But every week or every 2 weeks, you do a very deep cleaning. Second, cleaning the floor. It's a very basic operation, but you need to know how to do that, and you have to do it very, very fast. Otherwise, the head chef or pastry chef will get so pissed off. Third one, you will start to peel fruits. At the beginning, you will peel some easy fruits like bananas, apples, and maybe strawberries. Then they will teach you how to peel a watermelon, a mango, which are a bit harder to handle. Fourth, you will be packaging a lot. Everything that is prepared in the kitchen has to be packaged somehow, so this is one of your roles. And you might think, okay, packaging something is not so hard, but wait until you have to package like 500 portions of sauce in mini bags of 200 grams each. Then you will see how many hours it will take you. With packaging, there is also your fifth role, which is labeling. Labeling is very important because you put the name of the product, the production date, the expiration date. You also have to mark the allergens inside the food so your colleagues know what they're dealing with, and if there is an inspection, the inspector can see that everything has been properly stored following the rules of where you're living, because in every country the rules are a bit different. Our last and sixth point, it's scaling ingredients. You will probably have to scale ingredients for other people. So maybe the pastry chef will ask you to scale ingredients for a recipe. You will not make the recipe, you will scale the ingredients for someone else. So don't start making the recipe your own, huh? Even if you have the recipe book with you. Huh? So I'm speaking about my experience and when I started as a pastry commis. These are the things I mainly had to do. Depending on where you will end up working, which might be a hotel, a restaurant, a bakery, or a catering, you will basically start with some easy preparations like whipping cream, which is not so easy because you have to get to the right consistency, and having it a bit over whipped or under whipped will change the result of the recipe. And don't think that whipping cream is something easy, because once I had this commis and I asked him to whip some cream with a bit of icing sugar and some vanilla. Vanilla was, of course, the vanilla pod. I asked him, can you whip some cream? Yes, for me? Yes, chef, of course I can whip some cream. This is the recipe. 1 liter of cream, 6% of icing sugar and 1 vanilla pod. Yes, chef, I can do that, no worries. After 2 minutes, I hear the machine turning and screaming. He basically put the whole vanilla bean inside the machine without opening and scraping it. So he was essentially breaking the machine. Even whipping some cream is not a very easy operation. You will make some dry biscuit dough, you will make some jellies, you will make some custard for sure, and maybe you will start plating a little bit. If the operations have an ice cream machine, probably they will start to teach you how to use it, which means only putting the preparation inside the machine, making it turn, and then removing the ice cream or whatever it is. You will not be making the ice cream preparation when you arrive. It's not hard, but it's not so easy. So first, you know how to use the machine, and then they will teach you how to make the preparations for the ice cream. After a while, they will teach you how to make the basic sponges, how to make a ganache, and how to start using the piping bag, especially by filling up macarons. Working hours will be very different depending on where you work. Usually it's between 9 and 14 hours a day, 5-6 days a week. You might have a break between 15 minutes and 1 hour. It really depends on the operations. Of course, yeah, 15 minutes is illegal on 14 hours, but welcome to the kitchen.
Welcome to the kitchen.
It's very common for you to get called by many people and they will ask you to do some things for them, very basic things, but it's very common that seeing that you're a commis, you're the last in the rank in the kitchen, anyone can ask you anything. Can you get some eggs? Can you clean up this? Can you clean up this? Get me some flour, get me the vegetables, go to get some fruits. Anyone can ask you anything. So you just have to do what anyone tells you to do. Always remember not to take comments on your work personally, because you will make a lot of mistakes since the beginning, and every mistake you make will be quite of a problem for the kitchen, because at the end of the day everything has to be ready for service or for some orders. Every mistake you will make will slow down the kitchen. Generally speaking, if you follow the steps that you've been told, you should be alright, but anything can happen, of course. Don't get shocked by people's behaviors. Very often you work with other nationalities, so you might not really know what goes inside their heads. So from the first day, expect anything to happen in a kitchen, because everything will happen one day for sure. Some kitchens are very silent, other kitchens are very loud. In some other kitchens, there might also be music. My suggestion is not to waste too much time on words. Just do your job and look what other people are doing around. From the beginning, listen, from the beginning, start to write down the recipes that you like. When you taste something in the kitchen and you really like it, write down the recipe. It will be very useful in the future. Something else to write down is the list of suppliers, which will be very useful. And it's also very useful to know the brands that the kitchen is using. There are so many kinds of chocolates, for instance. Some brands are better than others, some are cheaper than others, and some are in the middle between quality and price. It's very important to know these brands. Not all preparations might need a very high quality and special chocolate, for instance. You can use a chocolate that is a bit less expensive but still tastes good in your opinion, okay? When you will start to feel confident about the task that you're doing, you should start to look around what other people are doing, especially the sous chef or sous pastry chef, or if you're working in a savory side, the head chef. Do your job, but look around. It's very important to acquire the new techniques just by looking. Well, then of course doing things with your hands is different, but at least you're already looking. If you end up in a very high quality kitchen, maybe you will never do some of those things that you're looking at, but it's important to see how those people are doing them. And of course, maybe at the end of a shift, you can ask, hey, you were doing this preparation, why you were doing this thing, how do you make this thing, what's the technique behind this, how do you cook these products, you know? And if maybe they're using a strange cooking technique, you can always ask. Maybe not on the spot, otherwise they tell you, hey, keep working. When you're on break with colleagues or when you finish your shift, you can ask, hey, you were doing this preparation. Why did you do it this way? Why did you make it this way? Your role as an apprentice or commis will last between 1 and 2 years. If you keep working in the same company, you will probably get promoted after 1 year, let's say. Usually this is the amount of time where you get promoted, but in other companies it might be 1.5 years or maybe 2. After that you will have a chance to become a demi-chef de partie, and so you will have more responsibilities. Under you, you might have 1 or more commis, and on top of you, you will have a chef de partie or more chef de parties, of course. Don't waste your time. I see too many people wasting their time in the kitchen because yes, okay, you have to work, but it's a place where you have to learn. You have to learn. Otherwise, you're just losing time. In general, the salary in the kitchen is quite low, especially when you start. Make up the most of your time there, okay? Guys, thank you for watching. If you have any question, just write it down below. I will try to answer, of course. Any question is welcome. See you. Oh! Ready?